Next, India's government spokesperson says youth protesters have agreed to end protests after talks. It follows the resignation of India's education minister after weeks of demonstrations that demanded his removal. This over alleged leaks in some of the country's most competitive entrance exams that caused an outrage among students. Called the cockroach movement, it started as a call for education reforms, but has grown into a broader protest over unemployment, government accountability, and economic opportunities. Let's hear first from some of the students reacting to the news of the education minister's resignation.
This protest has been a great success for us as a student, because we have given NEET last year, and again there was a leak. We have struggled with anxiety, depression. That we only know how we came out of that. So this news is the greatest news.
It's kind of a one step towards the thing towards democracy, because currently democracy is nothing.
This is a new generation who has led this reform come, and I'm really happy. My daughter is also here today, and I'm supporting her future, and that's all because of Gen Z who has started this.
Well, joining us for more on that is Andrew Hilliar from our International Affairs Desk. So, Andy, the Cockroach Party has now come forward and confirmed that the protests are indeed ending. Is this the end of the movement or the beginning of perhaps more changes to come?
Well, I think the protesters will certainly hope that this is the beginning of more changes to come, even though they are declaring this as a victory now as things stand. Let's just walk you through the latest developments, because there is a lot that has happened today. So as you mentioned, they're leaders of this youth movement, this social media-driven movement known as the Cockroach Janta Party, have said that they are ending the protests in New Delhi. Now, they say the government has accepted all of their demands. Of course, this coming after India's education minister resigned. A key demand of the protesters, again, this, of course, sparked by a string of irregularities in what are essentially life-changing exams, specifically allegations that entrance exams to prestigious medical schools had been leaked and sold. And that is what led to calls for an overhaul of the education system, the resignation of the education minister. Now, of course, that he has resigned, leaders of the movement say that after a fresh round of talks, their demands have been met. And it's worth also reminding viewers that this is a very rare challenge to India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Remember, of course, tens of thousands of students have been out on the streets. Modi is not a leader who tends to be swayed by protest movements. Critics have accused him of cracking down on dissent and on the opposition. And you have had essentially opposition politicians coming out in support of this movement. So essentially a big challenge to Modi's power. And also a quick word on the cockroach movement for viewers unfamiliar with it. This began as an online joke, but has since morphed into a very powerful political movement, initially emerging after India's Chief Justice was interpreted as comparing unemployed people, youth people, to cockroaches. That, of course, struck a chord in a country with a very high level of youth unemployment, and this has consequences for Modi. Remember, these voters are critical for the future, and Modi, he's already seen his parliamentary majority slim down. He doesn't want to lose those voters going forward.
All right, Andy, thank you very much for providing that analysis and a little bit of context for that as well.